Module 2: Pioneering Work and Significant Achievements of Indian Scientists. In this module, you will be learning about the pioneering work and significant achievements of Indian scientists. At the end of this module, you will be able to recognize the achievements of Indian scientists in the field of plant tissue culture. In the last module, we have seen that plant tissue culture is the technique of growing plant cells or tissues under aseptic conditions in an artificially prepared nutrient medium. We also had a glance at the history of plant tissue culture, and we saw that research advanced from culture of plant cells or organs to the discovery of plant hormones and their use in plant tissue culture. Later on, the research focused on developing the nutrient medium for plant tissue culture for better results. Having learnt about many foreign scientists, it is now time to learn about our very own Indian scientists and their work. In India, studies on plant tissue culture started in the mid-1950s at the Department of Botany, University of Delhi, under the efficient guidance of Professor P. Maheshwari. Achievements of Professor Panchanan Maheshwari. He conducted research on tissue culture methodologies for morphogenetic studies of plant reproductive organs. The objective of his research was to isolate and culture the reproductive organs. He was successful in obtaining the in vitro growth of ovary, ovules and embryo parts when these were subjected to growth regulators in an exogenous way. He was also successful in obtaining true clones of citrus from nucellar culture. He also was successful in production of triploid plants from endosperm culture in case of citrus, oryza and Putrangiva roxburghi. Going further, Dr. Sipra Guha and Professor Satish C. Maheshwari. It is important to note here that Professor Satish C. Maheshwari is a different personality from Professor P. Maheshwari. Talking about the achievements of Dr. Sipra Guha and Professor S.C. Maheshwari, they had a remarkable development done, that is the development of haploids through anther and pollen culture. They had first used the anthers of Datura inoxia. They produced plants which had half the number of chromosomes than that is usually found in a normal plant. This opened new avenues in plant breeding as it gave quicker and simpler methods of producing homozygous lines. As you can see in the picture, the plant anthers can be taken from the flower. They can then be cultured on a nutrient medium. On this culturing, it can produce haploid plantlets. It was now possible to induce haploid plants very easily. These haploids were then used to produce homozygous diploid strains. In turn, this method proved to be very useful in crop and tree breeding programs. Talking about the achievements of Dr. Sipra Guha, along with the previous discovery, she was also successful in the production of haploid rice and raising them. Besides this, she worked on the mechanism of regeneration of plants involving various enzymes, membrane phospholipids and secondary messengers. Coming to the achievements of Professor Satish C. Maheshwari. He worked on various aspects of plant growth and development, such as protoplast culture, gene delivery using electroporation in plants, genomic mapping, northern analysis, regeneration in cereals, transcript mapping, characterization of chloroplast DNA, gene isolation and sequencing. Achievements of Dr. Vimla Vasil. Dr. Vimla Vasil was successful in regenerating plants from an isolated single cell in a microculture chamber. She cultured these single cells in freshly prepared nutrient broth solution. These single cells in the microculture chamber produced a colony of 50 to 75 cells. Later, on transfer upon the agar medium, these cells clump together to form callus. The callus subsequently produced complete plantlets. This technique has its own advantage. It allowed continuous observation of the cultured cells and also gave a proof of totipotency of the cells. Achievements of Professor Indra K. Vasil. Professor Vasil used immature embryos as explants. He established embryo cultures of most cereals. He also demonstrated that such cultures were suitable for protoplast isolation and genetic manipulation. He proved that immature embryos are ideal explant to raise embryonic cultures of herbaceous and woody species. Professor I. K. Vasil also demonstrated that young leaves and inflorescences too could initiate embryo culture. He established embryogenic and non-embryogenic lines of monocots and also gave concepts of these cultures. He proposed that embryonic cultures were compact, dry, amorphous and white in color, whereas the non-embryonic cultures were watery, soft and light brown in color. Professor I. K. Vasil further contributed significantly towards cell culture, protoplast culture, somatic embryogenesis of cereals such as Pennisetum americanum and Triticum aestivum. Achievements of Professor Harish C. Arya. Professor Harish C. Arya was a pioneer in plant tissue culture in the state of Rajasthan. He formed a very strong group of skilled researchers to carry on the research in plant tissue culture. He established a plant tissue culture laboratory in Rajasthan and also worked on the micropropagation of desert plants, secondary metabolite production through in vitro cell culture technology. To conclude this module, we have seen that Indian scientists have contributed immensely to the development of plant tissue culture technique. Significant developments have been reported regarding the various aspects of tissue culture. The advances in plant tissue culture have not yet stopped in India, but are still continuing vigorously till date. Here are the references and an additional reference to give you more idea of plant tissue culture research in India. Thank you.